Hello everybody, it's TheNewSam coming at you again today, back from hiatus hell. See, I ran into this sort of problem where I was going to get a bunch of videos done, and then I got a bunch of more cool shit, so I was going to get a bunch more videos done, and then I got a bunch more cool shit, and the cycle just kind of kept continuing. But I picked up something today that's going to kickstart a big push in my channel, I think, as I did want to make this year the biggest year for my channel thus far. So here we go. Now, I swore, as well as a bunch of other Transformers fans, to never get another movie figure as long as I lived. And when Age of Extinction stuff started showing up, you know, online in pictures and things like that, I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Not again. No. You know, I have my movie stuff. It's not even with me here where I live now. It's back home. But I figured, that's it. I'm done. So I walked into Toys R Us today, and they've just finished resetting for the fourth movie merchandise. And that's when I spotted the Dinobots. Now, I'd seen some videos of them, people showing off how cool they were and whatnot. I'm like, yeah, you know, that's kind of cool. I'll reserve judgment for when I see them in person, because I'm still not sold on the whole movie thing. Well, I caved, I bought one, and I'm not looking back. So, without further ado, here is Age of Extinction, Deluxe Class Dinobot, Scorn. Now, Scorn, as we can plainly see, is a robot Spinosaurus, made entirely out of blades, it appears. Most movie guys appear to be made out of, you know, some kind of sharp pieces of metal shrapnel. Scorn is no exception. However, in the case of him, it really works, especially with like the knives forming the spine on his back. It's really cool. And he's just spiky everywhere. I mean, along the tail back here, along the legs, even a little bit just for the claws on his arms there. And the head itself has got a lot of spiky details on it, and those eyes. You know, I was wondering, because I'd seen them in a lot of videos, I was wondering how those eyes would look up close and personal, and they are amazing. Decent articulation in his dino mode. Got a couple of ball-jointed arms here. Legs, oh, that hinge never likes to stay. Hold on. The legs, got a movement there. It's a ball joint, so they can angle outwards. It kind of pushes this little panel. It's nice how it kind of works with it. Knees, there's a lot of knee jointage there, so that's good. Head, turn side to side and side to side. Too far and you expose this little thing here. It's not that much of a problem unless you're looking directly at it. And of course up and down, which again exposes that a little bit, though it does fold somewhat to try and minimize it. Even the mouth opens. They got some nice workings on in there to you know, make it look a little more natural as it opens, unless you open it too far, of course. Tail, not a whole lot of movement. It's made of a soft rubbery plastic, but it's got a nice paint gradient running down it. But I mean, I'm okay with the fact that it doesn't move, especially considering what it does in the robot mode. The spines, similarly, also made of that rubbery plastic, so you don't accidentally stab yourself on them. Color scheme, not everybody's favorite, but I'm digging it pretty well. I'm a big fan of red robots, so a red robot spiky dinosaur Spinosaurus, I'm okay with this. So now that we've had a quick look at his beast mode, let's slap him into robot mode and see what he looks like. Transformation is relatively involved, kind of like the way it works. The spines, especially, because they split apart and they actually tab in right on his back here. Or at least what will be his back. I mean, it's sort of the back of his dinosaur mode, but will be the back of his robot mode. Anyway, carrying on. This whole section swings out, as it attempted to do earlier while I was showing off the posability of the dino mode. Legs extend. Now, they're supposed to be movie-style chicken legs, but they've got enough jointage in them that they can stand straight, and I like them that way. Flip that out. The middle toe becomes the toe of his boots. You got this little bit down here where the legs literally split open, so that from the back everything's kind of lifted off, but from the front they look a lot more buff. Fold these little bits down, and that's essentially his legs finished and ready to go. Come around here, pull this front section down. We'll kind of deal with it in a minute. Come over here, back around to the front, and when we rotate this, we get a little bit of automorph going on. that pushes the shoulders up and brings the head up just a little bit. Arm down, other arm down. Now, you would think like Beast Wars style, you know, you could have a head for a hand, and in fact, you could probably paint them up as a pretty decent Beast Wars Megatron and have that be the case. You have to use a different head, of course, but it would work. I mean, he's got the tail for one arm and the head for the other, but they decided, no, we don't want to do the head-hand this time. So what you actually do is you fold that out entirely, and then, boom, flip a hand out of there. And you've got an actual proper hand on this guy. Last step, pull the head up and show off that fantastic head sculpt. I mean, that's like a proper-ass great helm right there. Looks awesome and very, very un-movie-like. And then it's mostly just cleanup from there. You know, you got this little back panel here. You can kind of do whatever you want with it. I mean, it tells you to, like, plug it up in there, but then he's got a whole big thing sticking off the back. You can hang the arms down, you know, kind of cover up his rear skid plate a little bit there. In fact, that's actually not a bad place for it. I'm not too keen on that bit sticking out there, though. But there's lots of ways you can do it, lots of ways you can mess with it. I think this will probably be my official configuration from now on. So now that we've got Scorn in robot mode here, let's check out what he can do. Obviously, as I stated before, he's got the many knee joints, because his legs are supposed to be all movie versus chicken leg, but, you know, so it gives him a decent range of motion. You can even double knee that, double joint it. Very nice. Ball joints for the hips. This doesn't get in the way. Even the arms where I have them right now don't seem to get in the way, so that's pretty good. He's got a waist joint if you unhinge this just a little bit, and you can start moving him around. There's a bit of resistance moving it this way, but you can do it. Then it's fine. It actually doesn't even provide a whole lot of resistance now. That's cool. Let's see here. Arm, swivel, shoulder, shoulder, and of course 90-degree elbow. And having the tail for an arm definitely enhances the whole, like, knight aesthetic. I mean, all these Dinobots appear to have some kind of, you know, medieval knight aesthetic going for them, and this guy, he's got a lance for a hand. The tail also stores his weapon. I wasn't planning on showing it yet, but it decided to drop right out, so there we go. It stores in there, just like so, but then when you want to, pull it out, slap that into his other hand, which, by the way, this arm as well, rotate, elbow, right, out, up, very good range of motion. Some people aren't too pleased with the gap right there, where you can kind of see right through his arm. It's kind of where his hand was hiding and then where the mouth closes over it, but you can remedy that a little bit by closing the mouth, but then it just looks like he's got a hand sticking out of the mouth, so I leave it like that. I mean, I dock points for having a hole in his arm, but overall it's still a good-looking robot. One of my favorite parts comes from what they did with the spines, now that they're on his back there, forming just kind of like big fins coming off the back of his armored body here. Very, very cool stuff. So this concludes my look at Age of Extinction Deluxe Dinobot Scorn. Final impressions of the figure, very nice. Got a very clean robot mode and dinosaur mode without a whole lot of kibble on either, except for the aforementioned back piece there. And my only other real problem with him is just that hole in his arm, but I can easily overlook it if I'm just looking at the figure from the front. Being that he's shown up in stores near me now, he should probably be hitting retail just about everywhere in the country. So if you have the need to get this guy, go out and take a look. I think it's pretty awesome and definitely worth the money. So that's it for me now. I'm going to be running through probably a lot more videos today, but who knows when they'll be edited and uploaded. It'll be kind of a process, but let's see what I can do. And we'll catch y'all next time.